Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how you can absolutely dominate as a local service-based business here in Washington, D.C. And I've been running this same ad strategy that I'm about to go over in this video myself to scale. I've been running this in Greenville, got about 10 clients there, and then I am back in Washington, D.C. This is where I'm from, but I'm going to run the same exact strategy here. I'm going to teach you as a local service-based business owner how to do this exact same thing. So let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any of your time. But who is this video really for? So if you struggle with generating new local leads every single day, let's say you're getting leads that are from different countries or from different states, and you're like, how am I getting these leads? That is a problem. If you're paying a traditional marketing agency $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and you're just like, wow, I'm paying a lot of money and I'm not really making that much money back. The thing about them is that they do just enough so that you keep paying them that retainer each month. And then when you stop paying them, you're back to square one. And so you don't want that. And then spending too much money or time on Google and at networking events. So when I'm talking about Google, that means you are competing with hundreds of other businesses in your local area. And people aren't really going to go look at the second page. They're not really going to look past the top five. So if you are not on that type of level, meaning top five, or you're just running a lot of ads, spending thousands and thousands of dollars per month, it's not going to really work out for you. And then networking events. If you just go to networking events, you're meeting the same people over and over and over again. That's also just not really a good thing. But also, if you struggle with attracting price shoppers. So this is something that a lot of business owners tell me they struggle with. They just attract people who are looking for the cheapest price, or they're just looking for a price in general. They don't really care about your service. They don't value you as a person, as a business owner who puts in hard time and work. They don't really value that. So if you're struggling with attracting these, I'm going to show you how to fix that as well later on in this video. And then inconsistent months. So if you're getting 30K per month in let's say last month, but then the month before that you got 10K, and then the month before that you had like 15K in revenue. That is going to be inconsistent months right there. So if you're struggling with that, it's definitely due to your lead generation and your lead flow. You're just not getting enough leads. And so if you struggle with at least two of those things that I just listed above, you are definitely burnt out. You are probably figuring that you need some sort of system or lead generation to help you actually fix some of these problems that you're facing. So in terms of this video, let me just go like this real quick. But in terms of this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about marketing on Instagram. So I guarantee that if you watch this whole video, it will change your whole mindset on this. My only goal in this video is to solve your exact problems that are keeping you stuck and then point you in the right direction and build some trust with you. So we're going to go over everything that you need to do, the solutions that you will need to take in order to fix your lead generation problem. So here's how you fix these problems. First, let's talk about Google a little bit. So Google, if you are running ads on Google or you are just trying to do Google SEO, there's a reason why it's not working. Google right now is like the rat race. So obviously, if you're a business owner, you know that you didn't really want to work for anybody else. And so you want to get out of that rat race. But then you hopped into Google and now you're back in the business rat race. So there's all these rats, meaning business owners, who are trying to get to Google and be number one on Google. And so you are competing against, like I said, hundreds of other businesses on Google. And I'm gonna show you here, but you're competing and you're not winning the race. If you are not top five, I promise you, you are not winning this race. You are getting the worst leads. There's a reason why you're attracting price shoppers. What I mean by this is I just went over to Google and I looked up landscaper near Washington, D.C. So this popped up with a bunch of different landscapers in Washington, D.C. And so you can see here that these are the people running ads over to the left. And then there's all these businesses. So if I keep scrolling down, you're going to see that more and more dots are going to just pop up. And so these are a lot of businesses. Like There's hundreds of businesses on Google that are all competing for the same leads. And so as I scroll further and further down, you're also going to see more and more dots pop up. Um, Obviously, it's going to take a while to load there, but even if you are down here, like you are not getting any leads at all. There's no reviews on any three of these companies. Any, yeah, there's one star reviews here with only one review. Like, this is not a good look. So, if you are not at the top, you are not really getting leads at all. And so, what I just want you to notice is that there's all these companies, right? You're all competing for the same leads. But let's go to their Instagrams and let's see what their Instagrams look like. This is why you should be on Instagram. This is why instead of competing and being like everybody else on Google and being like, how can I, get more reviews on Google? How can I do SEO and paying people to do that? This is how you're going to do this. You're going to shift over to Instagram and start building your brand and then watch them all try to follow you. All your competitors are going to try to follow you once you start building on Instagram. So all I did is I went to these top companies right here. I just went to their websites because I wanted to see if they have an Instagram. So I'm actually doing this with you guys. I just opened their websites. But basically, let's see what their Instagrams look like. I guarantee you they're not going to be that good. So here is what you're kind of competing with. So I will say he is talking on camera, and I like that he's talking on camera. This is what you guys should be doing. You should be talking on camera because it's going to help you. But obviously, his page could look a lot more professional. It could look a lot better. And so you need the high quality content to go with it. And so that way, when people come to your page from the ad, they're going to see that. So this guy's not bad because he's talking on his page, but there's no client interviews, there's no client results here. He is just talking on camera. So there's other stuff that you need to be doing. Let's go to this next one over here. It was District Landscapes. So they don't even have an Instagram. Okay. And let's go to Tenley Town. Let's see if they have an Instagram. And it looks like they do have an Instagram. Let's look at their Instagram. Okay. So you see this Instagram, I can already see like this Instagram is not good as well. So you are looking at a bunch of just random posts. Just ask yourself if you were a resident out in Washington, D.C., and you were looking for landscape services, just think to yourself, would you buy something from this person if you went to their Instagram? That is what you need to look at. And so I know my answer. I wouldn't buy anything because it just doesn't look that professional. It doesn't look that good. Nobody's talking on camera. Nobody's posting on the stories. Nobody's showing their life activities, hobbies. Nobody's doing that. And then the highlights not that good. They're not showing any client interviews, any client results. That's what you need. You need to have proof so that when people come to your page, they know exactly who you help, exactly what you do, and then you have the proof right there to show it. So that's not a good Instagram as well. Let's see. Let's go to Townhome Landscapes. Let's see if they have anything. This will be the last one, but I kind of just want to hit this over the head, like because if you really want to compete on Google, by all means, go ahead and try to compete on Google with all those other businesses. Or look at this, like there's just two comments, four comments. This is probably like their family commenting on their stuff. Like you can easily outcompete with all these top competitors on Google, but just do it on Instagram where nobody else is. Like these are not good Instagrams. You can easily compete with these and outcompete them, and they're going to be following you. So that was the last one that I wanted to show you. But guys, really, it is that simple. Talking on camera, running a local ad, and having some higher quality content. That is how you're going to get people. Because guess what? Everybody already uses Instagram anyway. You don't think that all your like a lot of the residents in Washington D.C. aren't using Instagram? They are. And so you just need to get in front of them. Stop staying invisible and start putting your ad out in front of them. And so that way when they're like, wow, I did need a landscaper for a project. I just saw Daniel, I just saw Bobby, I just saw Joanne. Now they're gonna come to you and they're gonna be like, I feel like I know you, I trust you. And so that's how you use Instagram. to build that brand. So let me just go back over here. I'm going to stop talking about that. You guys understand that enough. But basically, all these IGs look the same. So you saw these businesses, nobody's talking on camera. There's no way they're getting any clients from their Instagram. If you actually thought about it and you went to their Instagram page and you saw it, would you actually go and buy something from them? No. So nobody is going to their page and buying something from them. So the thing about it is you are watching this, but if you went to your Instagram page, would you buy something from yourself? Your IG page is definitely the exact same way as every other business in your industry, in your city. So this is going to be the reason why you need to start talking on camera. The reason why you need to start running local ads. This is how you're going to start being valued as a business owner. People don't value you because everybody's looking for the cheapest option. If nobody's going to stand out, and so that's what Google is. Everybody has reviews. Everybody runs ads on Google. Everybody's trying to be the best SEO. So they're just going to call up the first top five, and whoever picks up, they're going to see what the best price is for that first company. Then maybe scroll down a little bit more and call another five, and then see what the best price is. And then they'll make their decision maybe, or they'll be like, I don't need this. But if they can trust you right away, that is how you're going to get paid, then you're going to be able to stop competing with all these other people because you're going to have that trust built with people. And so that's what you really want. But being identical to everybody else, that's what's going to keep you stuck. So here's where we get to the value portion. I'm going to show you exactly how to optimize your profile for local ads or just for anybody in general to come to your page so that they can kind of instantly trust you. And then you can reach out to them and start talking to them. So this is just my page for reference, but you can see I have a good profile picture. I have a nice bio. Everything looks pretty clean. So here's how you're going to do this for your service-based business. So you want to have a clean picture of your logo or your face. So I have my face right here, but you can have a logo, but your face actually tends to work better than a logo. Um, there's no data behind it, but I think people just like it a little bit more than having a logo because they see who they're actually following, when they actually come and follow you. And then in your bio, you're going to have what service you provide. So do not describe it as I do landscaping. Like, do not describe it as that. If you are big on like doing projects in like the backyard or like just outdoor spaces, then you would have an example like this. I turn dingy yards into your dream outdoor space. Just be a little bit more descriptive with it. You can even go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to make you a nice description for your bio. And then where you are located, so servicing the DC metro area. You can just put that, like, that's fine. And then achievement. So any achievement is good. If you've won an award, if you were number one in the state for something, if you've helped over 500 residents, like anything like that, just an achievement. These are like the four lines that you should have on your bio, and then the keyword. So DM whatever key you would want for more info. So that way, when people come to your page, they can just DM you this keyword, and then that way you can start a conversation with them, and that is your lead right there as well. And so for your highlights, you can see that I have highlights up here, but it's client wins, testimonials, mindset, travel, clients. So I have all of that up here, and I also have this bio stuff up there as well. So the client results slash testimonials, you could split that up if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. You could keep them in the same one. And so you're going to post all your client results, literally all your testimonials. You're going to ask people for a quick interview after you do work for them, just so that they can give you a testimonial. And you're gonna be on camera asking them, did they like the work, and would they recommend you to the neighbors or something like that, or other people in the area. You're gonna post that, and then you can make a highlight out of that. And then service, so whatever service you provide. So let's just say you do roofing or HVAC or uh, plumbing, anything like that. You just whatever your service is, that's where you can just kind of post anything that has to do with that service. And then about you. So this is going to be important, but this is going to help you start talking on camera first and kind of get used to it. So you're just going to talk about why you started and the goals for your business. That's really all you're gonna talk about. And then you're gonna put that in your about you. So that way when people come to the page from your ad, they're gonna see that as well. They're gonna see your client results, the service you provide. You can put like your process in there, and then about you. You're gonna show them exactly why you started, and they might resonate with that. Like they might be like, wow, like that is inspiring to me, and then they might want to buy something from you. And so that's why you have that right there as well. So let's go to getting local leads out. How do you actually get these local leads? So I will say this, the best known will always outcompete the best quality. I was talking to a client earlier, and so she was saying, she's a realtor, she was saying that she knows another realtor in her local area, and this realtor was posting YouTube videos and posting content on Instagram, posting content everywhere. And so she has worked with him actually, and she was like, the service is not that good. Like his service is not that good. The quality of what he does is not that good. And she has an amazing service and amazing quality. Like I've seen it myself. It's amazing. And so I was like, okay, well, what is he doing differently that is getting him all these leads and actually allowing him to scale? And she was like, it's the YouTube videos, it's the posting on Instagram, it's the brand. And so she had a client who came like a prospect that came to Greenville, and that client, that prospect told her, yeah, I went with him because he was just knowledgeable and I watch all of his YouTube videos and I watch his other content. And so that's why he gets so many leads. And so the best known will always outcompete the best quality. But if you are the best known and you have the best quality, that is when you blow up. That is when you start really scaling the business. So I just want to kind of run through this graphic with you. So think about 50 years ago, as a business, you would want to be on the front of a newspaper. And the reason why you would want to do this is because that's where the attention was. So it's all about attention. There's attention shifts in the market. So 50 years ago, you would want to be on the front of a newspaper. 10 years ago, you would want to be on Google. It didn't matter if you were the first, second, third page. I guess third page, but first or second page, you were getting results, you were getting good leads, and it was very cheap for you. So that's where all the attention was because it was like, oh, it's all new. Google is new. You can search up everything, convenience. It's all new. But guess what? Consumer trust is basically at an all-time low. After the pandemic, people need to see some sort of results to trust you. So it's actually kind of crazy. But here's what you can do now. You can post on Instagram, you can build your brand. And so this brand is going to stay with you forever, for the whole lifetime of your business. So if you start this in 2025, 6 months from now, your brand is going to be built that 6 months out. And it's going to stay there a year from now. It's going to be built out. Think about it. If you have a brand, you start now because this is not a short-term game. We're not in this for the short term. We're in this for the long term. We're in this to build a brand. So if you think about it, once you have that brand a year from now, you can run local ads, you can run any type of ad, and people will go with you because they have seen you so much. That's the whole point of this. You could stop running ads and you would still get leads. That's where we want to be at with your business and with your brand. So you can only do that on Instagram. You can't do that on Google. You can't do that with a website. You can only build your brand and really talk to people and relate to them through Instagram. So that's the beauty of Instagram. That's why I use it. That's why there's other businesses that are dominating using this same method. So as we go along here, basically, people want to see you. They want to see you. If you own your business, they want to see you. So here's all you need. A few videos and one local ad. This way you can hit a 8 to 15 mile radius over and over again. And then this is way more appealing to people because they actually want to see who they're going to be doing work with. They're going to see your personality in your videos, and that's going to translate to in person. They're going to feel like they know you. They will happily pay you high ticket for this, I promise you. I've seen it time and time again with all my clients. They will happily pay you whatever you ask. And so here's just the radius, like I have a 13-mile radius that goes all the way up to like 50, all the way down to like 10. But the targeting, you can target like men, women, both. You can target interests, you can target like age range and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff you can target. And so basically you're going to be hitting these people over and over and over and over again with your ad in this radius. And so they're going to get to know you really, really quick. And that's what you want. You want a lot of people knowing who you are. And that way you're going to get out of that invisibility stage and you're going to go into that, okay, I'm here. You know I'm here. And people are going to be like, okay, I want to go with you. So just imagine how easy it is to sell to someone who already trusts you. I had a client tell me this as well. So when he first started, he was kind of nervous. He was like, I don't know if there's going to be I don't know if my clients are on Instagram. I don't know how I'm going to get them to trust me through Instagram. Like it's not the same as just being able to call them up. So I was like, okay, just try this out. Run this ad, post this content, talk on your stories. He did that and he texted me, I think like 3 weeks later, he was like, it is super easy to sell to someone who already trusts you. It is super easy because he just says a price and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And it's super easy because they already want to work with him. They're not going to somebody else to figure out if they will give a better price. They're going to him because he is the one who is on camera and they trust him. That's just how it is. So there will no longer be pressure to compete with hundreds of businesses in your area for price. And then the price shoppers will turn into people who say, I trust you'll do good work. How quickly can you get this done? That's all we really want. And this is a simple system. So this is what I do. But I run a local ad. You see here 211K views in that local area. I run a local ad, then I just follow my setting framework, my DM setting framework, and then I book in calls, and that's how I get my deals. So for you, it's the same thing. Run a local ad, follow the proven framework that I will teach you and that I give to you, and then you get record months for your service business. That's all you have to do. It's simple, but it's not easy. But I promise you, if you follow this, you will start making money. And so, like I said, this is the same exact strategy that I'm using for my own business to scale. I teach all my clients how to do the same exact thing because I've been able to refine this process. So my client Paul here, this was a client I was talking about earlier who was saying it's easy to sell to people that already trust you. So you can see here, beautiful, beautiful Instagram page. And this is the ad that he was running reach 54,000 people. He had to stop his ad because it actually got him too many leads. He was booked out. He didn't have enough employees, so he had to hire another employee, which is just absolutely insane. He also has like a 33x return on his ad spend. So for every dollar he's putting in, he's getting $33 out. So some of these messages, he's just saying it's a relief not having to worry where my next job is coming from. It just opens up so many things. He just bought a new truck as well. And say he also was booked out for 4 weeks, booked out all of June, and then he was just getting job after job after job after job. And then this was about his employee that he actually hired. And then over here, Aquila. So Aquila is a photographer, same thing, beautiful Instagram page, but she was able to get consistent work, and get contract work with companies, even after stopping her ad as well. So it's extremely powerful. Um, Once you just start running ads, you start building up that, I guess, knowledge circle in your area of just who you are. And once you start doing that, it's kind of just game over for everybody else, and you just start dominating all the competition because people will just start talking about you and knowing who you are, and you kind of become a local celebrity. So she has a website as well, but the Instagram ads that she's running, she said that people are coming to her page from the ad and then going to her website and then directly booking in. So it's helping her website as well. And then Jay, she ran a mobile juice like bar. And so she was able to book in like 4 or 5 events within like 1 month of actually working, and then she was at like a 5.2x return on ad spend. So basically, on average, the clients are getting like a 4 to 8x return on their ad spend. So I do have a mapped out process of how this actually works. So here's what the whole goal of this is. Instead of running your ads like a marketing agency, I will teach you how to run your own ads. And so that way, when you leave the program, you're going to know how to do this yourself. So to start the program, we have an onboarding call. That way we can script out the ad, script out some other content, optimize your Instagram bio, and set you up for the ads. And then month one is when we would launch the ad. And so followers and likers will start flooding in from the ad. It actually does look like this when you start your ad, and people are just flooding in, flooding in, flooding in, flooding in. And so you would just follow the DM framework that I will teach you, and that's how you're going to actually turn these followers into meetings and sending out quotes and stuff like that. So you can't just have people follow you and then you never just message them or reach out. You're building a relationship with them. So this is why this builds your brand. You're gonna reach out to them. You're gonna build that relationship. Basically, you would say like something like this. Somebody follows you. Make sure that you are doing this regardless of if you're running ads or not. Make sure you're reaching out to people. It would be something like this. Hey John, I appreciate the follow. Um, how long have you been out here in the DC metro area? Just something like that. And then maybe John will come back and say, oh, I've been here for 20 years. I was actually looking to get this service done. Can you come give me a quote for this? And so boom, there. Now you got a lead. And then a giveaway. So month two is a giveaway. This is where you pretty much become a local celebrity. A lot of people know you. So you're gonna get basically anywhere from 800 to 1,000 followers. If you do this correctly, with the giveaway, you can get that many followers. So I see people give away money, football tickets, basketball tickets, hockey tickets. They just give it away. And when you give back to the community, they will give to you. So the whole point of this is to obviously get a lot of local followers so that you are just the business to go to in your industry, but then also get your money back from the giveaway. So if you give away, I don't know, just money or like tickets, get your money back from that giveaway because you're going to have a lot more people who just know who you are. And then the whole reason we do those first 2 months is to set up for retargeting ads, which is the third month. So what you're going to do is you're going to have a ad that runs over and over and over and over again to all your hot leads and all your followers. There's no way you're going to be able to hit up 800 to 1,000 people from a giveaway. So these retargeting ads will basically do it for you. And I bet some of you have seen my retargeting ads because if you keep seeing me over and over and over again after you followed me, those are retargeting ads. That's how you're going to stay top of mind. So again, this whole process, this whole system, I'm using it myself and you can see it. And so basically what I want you to do is close deals, get proof of this, that this actually works. But like I said, my clients are getting 4 to 8x return on ad spend. Some like Paul are getting like 33x return on their ad spend, which is just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But not only do we actually help our clients one on one, but we will help you script out a local ad, which will bring you in local leads every day. I'll script that out for you. I'll help you launch your ad. I'll help you create a new offer if you need it. And I'll help you convert leads from Instagram into sales with the DM setting framework. And then I'll give you that setting and sales framework. It's the same thing I just talked about and that check thing above. And then I'll actually help you scale and learn to delegate tasks so you can focus on being the CEO. So if you have been in your business and you have been just spending a lot of time like micromanaging everything and you have to go to job sites and you have to actually be hands-on with everything, I'm going to basically give you the keys to make more money so that you can hire out stuff so that you can just work on client acquisition, and you don't have to work on the actual job itself. You can just manage your team because the whole point of this is buying back your time, right? So this will allow you to hit record months in your service business. And what I want you to do is, if this sounds interesting at all, then just shoot me a message on Instagram or book a call. I'm going to put the link for that booking directly in the description below. I work with clients hands on, one to one to help them scale. This only works if you actually put in the work. Like I said, it's simple, but it is not easy. But again, if you want to hop on the call, then just shoot me a message on Instagram or book a call directly in the link below. Thank you so much for watching.